Hi, everyone, and happy Thursday. I am Lisa Harden coming to you live from the Stamping Zoo in a beautiful Boise, Idaho, and I'm so glad to be here with you. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. One of the things that means is that I sell all the beautiful products I'm going to show you tonight and a few thousand more. So please sit back for this free online class and feel free to chat in the comments. Whether you are watching me live or on replay, I welcome you. And I am so happy to have you here. And I hope I show you something new or something that piques your interest. Maybe get your mojo back for card making and paper crafting. And then we're just going to stamp and chat, right? Because that's what we do. Hello, Cindy. You didn't want to miss my video tonight? I didn't want to miss you tonight. I've missed you the last couple of times, but I know you've been on replay, so I appreciate that. And I'm so glad to have you back live. I hope you're doing well, okay? So how is everyone tonight? Speaking of, how are Cindy and Lori and everybody else doing tonight? I hope you're well. Hope you've had a good week. It is May 15th. You probably doesn't mean anything to you, but to me it's a very good day because this is the last day of I don't want to say chaotic, but yes, sometimes chaotic, a couple of months at my work. And so yay. It's like we're going to go back to just busy and predictable instead of, wow, what's going to happen next? Now, I'm not getting cocky because I work in a place where just new things come up, right? Which is one nice thing. But I've had enough new things for this year. And so I'm ready to just go to work, do the expected things, and not have a bunch of surprises. But I'm so happy to be here with all of you and all my lovely stampers. Hello, Deborah. With something going on over on YouTube. I know I'm live now. Thank you very much. And hello, Jean, coming in from North Dakota. And Jean will soon get a phone call from her family and have to leave. But we have you right now, don't we, Jean? We got you now, Jean. And there's Trish. Hi, Trish. How's it going? Trish is just my regular Thursday night viewer now. I mean, she's living the good life. She's retired like some of you. And so, Alicia, you are not watching me on YouTube. You are watching me on Facebook. But that's okay. At least that's what the computer's telling me. Okay, good. I know there's more discussion in the comments over on Facebook. And I hate that YouTube doesn't store and show the comments, the live comments, because it's just not as fun, is it? But it's okay. If you're watching on YouTube, then welcome and please post your comments because you will help my YouTube channel to grow and get more action, get more viewing. And in that way, our little community of stampers grows. And I love that so much. What did I just read? Something. Just a minute. Oh, Cindy says, tell me how to get my mojo back. You need to know. Cindy, tonight, this technique, I think it's the perfect thing. So just get ready. And you may need to take a few screenshots because I'm going to give you a few measurements, but it's easy. Okay, it's easy, so easy. And then you don't really have to think about it other than just grabbing some of your beautiful papers. And we all have beautiful specialty papers, glimmer papers, designer series papers that we would like to use. And so this is, I think, a great technique. And just a minute, I thought I was being joined by a tango or a calf, but they must have just flown by. Oh, you are on YouTube. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I got you. Not that I'm like trying to intrude, but I was like, you've got a little F by your name. So you're watching me on YouTube and commenting in Facebook. Okay, whatever works. Hey, Ethel, how's it going? And thank you for sharing. Thank you to everybody that's shared already. I haven't even done anything, but I appreciate you so much for doing that because, again, that's another way that we get the word out about the little stamping zoo from Boise, Idaho, who has friends all over the world now, and I love that so much. As I said when I first came on, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I sell all of these beautiful Stampin' Up! Products, as well as design online and in-person classes, events. I will come to your house. Um, I know somebody in the East Coast is going to ask me if I'll come to your house. I will absolutely come to your house. You do need to pay my travel fees, but I will absolutely come. So anyway, I can come to your house, you come to mine, we meet at different event spaces and just create and have fun. I am primarily a card maker, but I definitely dabble in the 3D, home decor, and even scrapbooking. So we have products for all of that. And one of the best things about Stampin' Up! Is they're very strong in color coordination. And you will see that tonight when I'm using these papers. It's just very easy. It's like Cindy was asking, how to get the mojo. Where's the mojo? Well, the mojo's, this is some secret sauce right here tonight because it's a project that you can make multiples and you just go through the motions of cutting your paper. You don't have to think about it a lot, and then you're going to get some really stunning results. Let's hope. How many of you, by show of a hand, know what the stack, slice, and shuffle technique is? Have you done it before? Is it a new dance? No, I will not be doing an interpretive dance for you, and you're welcome. But it's a stamp. No, it's a stack, slice, and shuffle, and that's what you do with the papers. Okay, thank you for sharing, Cindy. All right, so first of all, let's take a look down here and just talk briefly about, or I guess look briefly at a few of the things we've been doing in the past week or two since the catalog went live, and we have been busy here at the zoo, haven't we? Most of you have been with me, and so I love that. We have made lots of cards using lots of new product, different techniques. Oh my gosh. And it's just fun. It's just fun. I love looking at these cards, and I loved having different techniques to show you. Sunrise Sailing, that's where it's at. I think that's the #1 most popular selling bundle since the catalog went live. So, and not to be outdone, we have beautiful paper. We have the Coneflower Celebrations. Did we work with this on Sunday? I think so. Time flies. Here I cased an old catalog with new papers. That was fun. And this is called the triple time technique. So all of these cards, if you're interested in them, you can look back over my recordings the last couple of weeks. Now, if you are looking on Facebook, remember that they get rid of live videos after 30 days. So you will either have to go over to YouTube or, of course, it hasn't been 30 days since I've gone live with these. So you still have time. Anyway, it's been a lot of fun. So if any of those pique your interest, as I said, you can put comments. You can put questions for me in the comments section of the video tonight or on replay. I'll definitely get back to you. And if there's anything that you read in the description of this video below that you'd like more information on, please also ask me here in the comments or send me a private message anytime, or you can email me at thestampingzoo@outlook.com. All right, at any time if you would like to peruse the events that I have or the starter kit special, you can go over to thestampingzoo.com, and I will be showing you how to purchase these products at the end of the video tonight. Okay, so don't worry about writing down a bunch of item numbers right now. You can just take screenshots at the end if you want, because I'm going to pull them up on the Stampin' Up! Website. It's really the best place to shop because you can see everything online in real time. Of course, you can always have your catalog nearby, but online is going to tell you if something is out of stock or if something's back in inventory. This is where you get all the information. We're going to have everything out there about online exclusives, so really keep your eye on that. And as I said, we'll just walk through that at the end of tonight's video so I can show you which products I'm using. Okay? All right, so Stamp, slice, and shuffle. No, there's no stamping, Lisa. It's slice. What is it again? I'm going to call it triple S. I keep forgetting. I had to write it down over here. Stack, slice, and shuffle. Stack, slice, and shuffle. Okay. So I found a lot of templates online for stack, slice, and shuffle for cards that are this size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But I wanted to really capitalize on this and use the note cards and envelopes because these are such a good deal. Okay, this is kind of economical stamping tonight. Yes, I think it is. I think it is. And so the white note cards and envelopes, you can buy a package of them and you get 10 note cards, 10 envelopes. Okay, they're a nice size. They're a little bit smaller. They're 3 1/2 by 5. And so sometimes that's the perfect thing you need for, you know, after a large event. If you're sending thank yous, you'd better be sending thank yous. Come on. And pet peeve. Send a thank you to people if they're kind to you. So anyway, if you want to make a stack of thank yous, birthday cards, graduation cards, sympathy cards, anything. You can use this technique for anything, okay? Any theme, sentiment. I believe you could use any papers for this. All right, so these cards come pre-scored. You don't need a paper trimmer to use these. It'd be one of the first things that I would introduce to a brand new stamper because you get, again, you get, you know, I think you get 20. No, you don't get 10 cards and envelopes. You get 20 cards, 20 envelopes. Okay, it's even more of a deal. And these are the same great quality as our other envelopes and cardstock, so don't worry about that, okay? And then I took, getting back to our technique, so I made 3 templates that are 3 1/2 by 5. So the whole, oh, this is awkward. I'm left-handed, remember? Okay, so it's 3 1/2 by 5. It's the same as the front of the note card. All right, and then I started making a couple of templates. First of all, I thought, okay, we can do something that covers the entire front of the card. This is like the most common thing that I saw when I was looking at stamp, stack, slice, and shuffle, is that there was no border between, you know, it's really kind of the easiest because you're not doing any measuring, you don't have to make sure everything's straight. You just do some really nice, precise cuts, and then you are good to go. I will hold this still for just a moment if you would like to take a screenshot of the measurements. So again, this will be a card with no space in between the patterns. Okay, then I thought, well, I like space. I like a little, I can't leave well enough alone, right? This is good. This is good. But this might be better. And so then I made this, and you can, you know, and then I was like, okay, I can visualize the space now. And I liked it. So I will hold this for a second if you would like to take a screenshot of this one so you can have a visual of what that might look like. Okay. And then finally, I got to what I like, which is, okay, I'm willing to put a mat behind it. And then these are just for measurements. Okay, these templates are just for measurements, so they aren't, this is not a suggested color combination. If you love it, then great, but that's not what it's for, okay? So then I thought, okay, I like this. I like to have a mat behind it and then do everything else. And now I couldn't write on the template for the mat, but it is a quarter smaller. So it's 3 1/4, yes, by 4 3/4. Okay. Where is my pen? I've been moving it around all night. Okay. So the mat is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Okay. All right. So there's that. Okay. And this. And I like this one. This is what we're going to do tonight. So then I just had to choose some paper. So Cindy, here's the part where I think it's like, well, okay, whatever. I chose a pack of paper that's brand new because you know I've got some beautiful papers in here that I'd love to show you. This is called Florals in Bloom. It's part of a much larger suite that I will show you at the end of our crafty time. It's got lots of in colors in it, both new and old. There's peach pie that will come into play. We're kind of, I decided that that was kind of going to be the connection color between all of the designer series papers that I chose. So I chose this paper, this pattern. Okay, I chose this pattern. Doesn't always show up, but it shows up most of the time. Then I chose, not that. Oh, there's one that's, I chose this pattern. Okay. And then I remembered, hey, we have some peach pie glimmer paper that's to die for. And it is carrying over. It's in the online store. And I was so happy. And so that finished out my choice. So here are my papers. I am doing this and this. What do you think of that? Kind of fun, right? And now, let's see here. Here's the glimmer paper, of course, peach pie, and then those 3 patterns. And they get cut. I have to look at this again. I don't want to give you anything wrong. Okay. 3 by 4 1/2. Let me write that on the back of my little template. Wherever that went. Everything's white. Oh, here we go. 3 by 4 1/2 DSP. That's how you start. Okay? So you just start with 1 and then, so this is the stack. Okay? Then we're going to slice. Bring in the paper trimmer. I guess we do need a paper trimmer for this technique. And then we're going to shuffle. Okay? So let's do the slice. You just have to be careful with the slice or you'll have to start over if you don't get it quite right. But look, I've made you a little template. So hopefully we won't get it askew. Just make sure they're all facing up the patterns that you want to use. I don't want to look at the glimmer paper when I'm cutting because it's the shimmeriest. It kind of hurts my eyes. Okay, so paper trimmer, and yes, mine's probably going to be upside down compared to how you use it, but just concentrate on the technique, not so much the slice and dice part. Okay, is this crooked? Sometimes I can't tell which is crooked. Okay. All right, so this is what we want to end up with, these pieces here. Okay, so the first one is going to be, I'm going to come across from the top and do 2. It doesn't matter which way I do it because it's 3 inches. And I am going to slice through all 4 of these layers at once because that one is glimmer paper. I might have to come back, but I'm going to go ahead and slice through them a couple of times. Okay, and then you've got to keep them still. You've got to keep them orderly at this point. Let's see, did we cut through that? Okay, this is going to take an extra step, but we can do it because I want to get that glimmer paper in there. Okay, I'll probably cut this one separately. Okay, so let's do the other 3. So we've got these 2 pieces now. All right, so I'm going to bring in the smallest one and I'm going to do, I'm going to do this piece because I'm cutting from the right. Okay, so I'm going to go in, I'm going to go into 2 by 2 3/4. Make sure, see how I'm tapping it against the guide? Make sure that they're even. Okay, 2 3/4. All right, and so there's that one, and I'm just going to put the left and the right accordingly on the paper trimmer. Okay, and then the top piece, I want to do 2 3/4 and 1 3/4. So I've staggered, I've staggered those measurements. Okay, so if I'm cutting on the right hand side first, I want to come in at 1 to 1 3/4. Any questions at this point? Do you want me to go over anything I have just done? Please let me know in the comments. Okay, and then that's this piece right here. Now, because I had this little guy, I'm going to come and cut him separately. Okay, so let's do the same thing that we did, 2 3/4 and 1 3/4. I'm going to put him at the bottom of our stacks on the left and then on the right. Now, if you're just using regular DSP, you probably get away with cutting all 4 sheets at the same time. Okay, but I always have to be different. That's Lisa for you. And then we're coming in at 1 3/4. Okay, and then this is going on the back, the bottom of the deck of cards, if you will. Okay, and there we go. No more paper trimmer. Now, still keep, let's see. There we go. I'm going too slow or too fast, let me know. Hey, Kim and Crafting Buddies. Absolutely. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Jenny. Very nice to see you. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that so much. Now, I have pre-cut the mat. The mat is a lemon lolly, and it is, again, 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Okay? So we have all of our pieces and parts here. We have this. This is how this mimics the template. See that? Okay. I'm going to put it in the upper left-hand corner over here. But before I do that, I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put one piece on the bottom. I'm going to take this one, and it doesn't really matter which one you do this with. And I'm going to do 1, 2 on the bottom. Okay. This one, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. And this one stays like it is. That's our first card right there. That's it. You get what you get, okay? That's why it's very fun. This is going to get your creative juices flowing. That's horrible, Cindy. I'm glad you're here for just some stamping time. That's not how I want my friend Cindy spending her time. My goodness. All right, and away we go. We're going to grab a mat. Now, there are these little tools that I'm waiting to get in the mail, and they give you precise little measurements for the margins. But right now, we're just going to eyeball it. Since these pieces are so small, I feel like I want to glue them. So that's what I'm going to do. All you have to, I guess the trick, I don't know, is you have to remember which pattern was face side up when you pick it up, right? So then, this is the mat. This is not the outside of the card. All right, and then you just pick up the 4 pieces and put them in place. And I am going to love, I'll probably do a whole pack, or I want to do a whole pack of note cards, just like this. Hold it. Oops. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I thought my flowers were. Well, I'm getting a little close to the margin, but that's life. Okay. All right. There we go. And then this little piece of glimmer paper. Hey, Sue, it is fun. It's very fun to do this. And, you know, I'm pretty good with fractions. I worked out the fractions this afternoon and I was like, okay, I hope this works. But then I knew it worked. I needed to do some testing for you, so I just made the templates, right? And then this guy comes in and finishes off. And isn't that pretty? And then we put it on a card. And we're going to do this kind of in stages. This is how I would do multiples. I would do it in stages, the tasks. Then we're going to have a beautiful little white border around it. And then finally, we're going to stamp a flower and put it somewhere. I kind of like to put it where the pieces meet, but you can help me decide that. Okay, guess what? Next one. We have another card front. Okay, whoops. Hey now, don't get crazy. See, now that almost, let's see. I believe it's like this. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. No, it's not like that. It can't be. It was like this. Okay. Stick to my fingers. My goodness. So each card is going to look like a very cohesive collection, but not be the same, which is very sophisticated and elegant. Don't you agree? Okay, these colors make me so happy. As I said, I mean, they could just be a beautiful collection of black and white cards. That might have to be my next collection, because we have in the modern florals, we have some beautiful black and white patterns, and it would be really gorgeous to take that. Now hold on here. That looks slightly too large. You know what? I'm going to take the tiniest bit off of this. And yeah, I know I'm going to screw up my trimmer, but I'll clean it with rubbing alcohol. That just looked slightly off. What can I say? Okay. All right. Close enough. Now this little guy doesn't have any peach pie on him, but that's all right, because they're all coordinating, right? They all were chosen by people who have a lot more knowledge of the color palette than I do. And so it's a sophisticated color palette because it uses a lot of different colors, but somehow they just go together. They give you a beautiful feeling of spring, and what's not to like about that? I think this would be a great collection for birthday cards or blank note cards. I'm going to leave them as blank note cards. I'll probably end up using them as thank you cards because I like thank you cards, and I'm lucky. I have a lot of things to thank people for. But you do you, okay? You can put in the comments what kind of cards you might like to make with this technique. I would love to know. Now this one gets a humongous piece of glimmer paper. I hope my measurements don't get all messed up here. See, that's one thing, is like, you can fudge it a little. Now that one's fine, so I don't know. I don't know what I did wrong, but it's okay. It's gonna work out. This is so fun. I was so happy when I saw that the 24 to 26 in color glimmer paper carried over, because it's beautiful. And I have so many uses for it. In fact, I just used it in Zoobilee. So Zoobilee, for my Zoobilee friends, we used Sip and Celebrate this month. And that should be going in the mail Saturday morning. Okay, so watch for that. I can't wait. I'm really happy with how the class turned out. Yes, I reworked a couple of things. And yes, I have other ideas for the videos on one of the cards. So I'll never stop reworking it for you, okay? And then finally, we have our last section of papers. You can definitely do this with seal if you like. You do not need to use liquid glue. I just feel like since the pieces were so little, it's just easy. You know, I use liquid glue quite a bit though. I've really come to like it. I've gone from never using it years ago to, yeah, I kind of like it. Yes, Jean, always need sympathy cards. Cindy just mentioned. So that is one thing that's just nice to have it finished, isn't it? I don't mean because you don't want to do the task, but I mean because when you need them, you need them. Yeah, and it's unpredictable. So, okay, and then this, and our final piece of glimmer is so pretty. And then that goes in there. It's like a little puzzle, and I think our minds go back to when we worked on puzzles. And I don't know about you, but I love puzzles. That's why I chose the job I chose, I think. Okay, so now look at this. Are you ready? Here's what we've done in very little time. Oh my gosh, those are pretty. Those are really pretty. Do you like this color combination? I think it's beautiful. The in-color boxes did not go out yet. Yes, everything is going out on or about the 20th. The first thing to ship will be Zoobilee, and then in color right after that. Okay, it will not be far behind. I've been working, and having so much fun. Okay, now since those were so simple, aren't they fun? Let's just turn them over, okay, and let's put them up on dimensionals, not dimensions, but you know what I mean. It is fun. It's really fun. Now, I'd be so tickled if all of you got some designer series paper out in the next few days and did this stamp. Why do I want to say stamp? Because we're stampers. This stack, slice, and shuffle technique. And definitely tag me, and then I'll put you on my page. And we will all ooh and ah, because you're only going to just be, I mean, what I want to say, the possibilities are endless. There's an infinite number of combinations you can do with this, and that's only using Stampin' Up! Paper. I mean, we all have so many different patterns, don't we? You know what I wish I had some more of that I would love to do this with is we had that paper a few years ago about tulips and windmills. Oh my gosh. That probably was the paper that really just captured me. And yeah, that paper, I still, when I'll see like a little scrap of it out in my shed in the retired papers, and I'll think, oh, I have a stack of this. No, I don't have a stack of it. And anyway, I used it. I enjoyed it. And lots of times I'll just kind of forget and we move on to the next thing, right? That paper stuck with me. So you all have a paper like that. And what a joy it would be for you and the recipient if you took it and made this into the stack, slice, and shuffle, right? Okay, there's our 4-card bases right out the gate. And then the hardest part about this whole thing is probably taking off the dimensional backs. Jenny said she needs to use this for her swaps. Yeah, there's an event on your birthday next month. That sounds fun. What a nice way to celebrate your birthday. And yes, do this technique. Now, as I said, this is for the note cards, 3.5 by 5, which is a great way. This might be my favorite way to use our note cards. I'll let you know at the end of the night. But there are also measurements online for, I saw 2 or 3 main designs, but you know, sit and play with it yourself. And then you could make your own template if you wanted, or you can just go out to Pinterest and put in what I told you, stamp, slice, and shuffle. And that's the technique. But I do love this one. And as I said, this might be my favorite way to zhuzh up our note cards. Oh my gosh. These patterns, though, I'm dying from the loveliness. Sue's going to make these. Yay. Okay, you have to go. That's all right. And you catch the replay and have fun making them. And of course, I want to see what you made. You are awesome, too. I hope you have a great weekend. You could also, if you wanted even more variation, you could turn them upside down. But the papers are directional. So that might make the flowers look like they were dying. And that's not very good. No, that's not very good for our designs. But I guess if you had non-directional, you could really turn them all around. You definitely can use these. Oh, you can't do that either. Sorry. I was going to think portrait or landscape. Okay, no. Because again, then the papers are all the flowers are all sideways and it looks like, why'd they do that? Anyway, you do need to pay attention to the patterns before you cut your stack, okay? As you're cutting the large pieces, you need to pay attention to that because, of course, that makes a difference in some of the patterns. Okay, here we go. Next step. They all have, here, I'll hold them up for you. They're just so cute. They all have mats, and they're all up on dimensionals, and they are stunning. Oh my gosh. Do you have a favorite? No, because they're kind of all the same, but different. Look at this. That's a really cool pattern, isn't it? Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, Cindy. Well, you do have a lot on your plate, for goodness sake. But I hope you find a little crafty time, okay? All right, so I have cut some circles in basic white because our cards are white, and I thought easy, matches everything. And these are from Spotlight on Nature. They are several nested circles. And so I'm happy to show you that after we get finished here and we go on our little virtual shopping spree. You could definitely put those there. You could put it inside one of the squares, right? I kind of like I want to call it the apex, but I don't know what that is. Okay, and oh my gosh, Jean, it's been raining for 24 hours there. That's good, right? I mean, as long as you don't have flooding. Good job. I know, Cindy. I'm a sparkle girl, too. Now, this is a set. This is a new set that came to us. I think it's an online exclusive. Doesn't matter. It was new on May 6th. And I got this set at an event. I did it on stage, so I've been playing with it for a while. It has really great dies. And we're going to use this little flower out of it. So this is two-step stamping. This is not one of the stamps that coordinates with this paper even, but it still kind of does, right? I liked the little flower. Believe it or not, I don't have the stamps or the bundles that go with this suite yet, but I will. It's only a matter of time. I mean, come on. Who am I kidding? All right, and I have a little bit of scrap basic white because I have stamped with these, but they're still basically new. And so photopolymer stamps get better as you use them. The ink lays down. Now look, I'm just flicking out these little negative spots because some of you, that gives you the heebie-jeebies. I'm going to leave 1 or 2 of them in there just to bother you. But, oh, well, that's not going to work. How about this one? Okay. Anyway, and we're going to stamp on here. And frankly, I think the cards are fine just as they are. But you know, I like to step it up when I can, giving you options. And you can either peel back the layers and do the simplest, or you can add more layers than I'm doing. You can add ribbon. We will add embellishments, but you can add 3 embellishments if you want. Because you save so much time, don't you, with doing the stack, slice, and shuffle. Yes, it sounds like a new dance move. Okay, so let's just try peach pie because it's so pretty. Alrighty. I'm going to use first and second generation, the easiest way to stamp these. We're sticking with easy, right? So again, I've got my basic white scrap, and it's going to be second generation on the bottom, and then first generation on the top. It's a little hard to see that first generation, but I'm going to do my best because these leaves are different, right? See, they're not just 4 simple squares. They actually look different. So in this case, I can see this one. I choose the pattern that is the strangest. And then I look for that in a coordinating piece. And then I line up the circles. Okay, let's see if I can get this. Might be a little off. That color is really, oh, okay. All right. I'm not going to give myself too much trouble over that. Too bad it's on the practice paper. Let's try it again. Oops. Nope. Gotta start with the right one. We could start with this one. There's no wrong way to do this. So let's start with the darkest first and see if that is more helpful. Sometimes it is. Okay, and then we go first. Okay, and then remember I said like there's that wonky piece. Can I find it? Oh, this is easier. This is, guys. Because you can see right where the center is. See that? Yes, Jean, I saw that too. That's where I learned that the sailing bundle was the top of the heap. What were the other ones, Jean? Remind us. Oh, that's so cute. Very cute. You know what I want to do to it though? I want to splatter it. We have time. We have time. Bring your dark peach pie and get your handy splatter box, which is, you know, an old paper pumpkin box. This one's from way back. Way in the way back. What is it from? Oh, it doesn't say. Darn it. It's before we were putting it on there. I found it out in the shed and I thought it was cute. That was a great video, Jean. I mean, I learned a lot. So I thought that was really good. They are doing, it seems like they are doing more product spotlight videos like that. And I love it when the designers come on and the concept artists and they tell us like what was the inspiration. That's so fun. Okay, so I think this one's finished. It's going to go on dimensionals. I mean, don't be silly. Of course it is. And then, let's see here. Oh gosh, Corinne, it's hot and humid already? That's hideous. That's awful. I'm so sorry for you. Do you just stay in? Is this just like a time of year, kind of like here when we have bad winters, where you just stay inside? You're like, yeah, I can't bother. I can't do this anymore. Or do you go outside and suffer? Oh, shoot. I was going to color the middle. That's what I was thinking looked too white. Okay, there's a stamp for that. There's a stamp to color the middle. But frankly, I think it's probably just as easy to color it with the blends And then there's also a textural stamp though. Ooh, can I do it? So see, this one has like, you know, little pieces and parts in it. I wonder if I can stamp on that. It's kind of like you don't stamp on the card when it's finished. So kids, don't do this. But I'm going to, because I can just rip it off there real quick, cat-like. I'm going to use Daffodil Delight. Okay, let's see if it works. And then I will do it the right way the next time. That's what I always tell myself. Oh yeah, it works. Okay, so there's the center. See how it has all that textural, you know, razzmatazz. Okay, so embellishments. Oh my gosh. Party dots. I think these are still, yeah, they're still, no, I went through all this stuff. They're still a thing. The party dots are peach pie, so I'm going to do that because peach pie is like a co-star of this card front. It's not, you know, the special guest star. So I think that we still have some room where we can put some dots on. And there's little ones too. These are called party dots. They are peach pie, pool party, and pretty in pink. And they do say party, don't they? Okay. Now that we did one, this is often how I would do a template for making swaps, making multiples as well. As I'd like make one complete. I'd fiddle around with it a little bit, and then I'd get it to where, okay, that's how I want it. And then I would go back to doing all the processes. So we need 3 more of these. Let me see. This one, oh yeah, that one looks good. I did 6 in case I messed up. I've been doing this a while. I know what can go wrong now. Okay, let's just use different colors because we have so many colors. It's just so fun. All right, so what about this one? Maybe one of those blue colors. If you don't know what the color is, it's no big deal because Stampin' Up! Tells us. Look at this. In a couple different languages. Ooh, don't look at that nail. Man, I have to move my office at work, and I'm sure it's going to look worse than this. I just got started. Okay, so Bubble Bath, Cloud Cover, Darling Duckling, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Secret Sea, that Shy Shamrock, that's probably, let's see, Strawberry Slush, Summer Splash. I think that's Summer Splash. I don't know, that would be quite a contrast with the peach pie. What is this red? Because I feel like that would be really pretty. This guy. It is Strawberry Slush. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, I will use an in color. Yes, please. Why not? Thank you so much. I will. And so this is the new Strawberry Slush. She is a beautiful girl, and she comes in handy. What can I say? Right. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing out there? You okay? Got anything good to tell me? What are you guys doing this weekend? Was not Mother's Day weekend. You know, we all had fun with our moms, hopefully, or fun. You know, you're as a woman, mother. You're either the mother or you had the mother, right? And so we've all been having a good time, but no mom time for me this weekend. I am going to, I have Stamp Camp. Yay! Some of you are going to see me on Stamp Camp, for Stamp Camp Saturday morning at 10. And then I'm picking up a little friend for lunch on Sunday. She'll be very happy. She's been patient or not patient, waiting for me to get her on my schedule. Oh, I hit it. Let's see if we recovered or if we have to use one of those. No, it's fine. And so there's that. That will be very fun. And lots of designing and fun stuff like that. Okay, now this one, oh, I think this should also have strawberry slush. What do you think? I think that's a good for that one. I want to use that summer splash, but it's a lot of blue with the orange. I don't know. I'm a little iffy on that. Okay. Oh, look, I did the same thing. I didn't color the center. We need, I think I'll color their center. I think I'll color all the centers lemon lolly. Unless you guys have a better idea, because it'll go with everything. Now listen, don't get close. Don't kiss the ink pad with your note cards. You'll be mad, especially after they're put together. My Lord. Harden, watch it. You're still watching it harden. Okay, beautiful. And then this final one. Can we do something different? What do you think? What was this? This was peach pie. We may just do yellow. Let's do the Daffodil Delight. Let's bring that in. Okay, strawberry slush. Forgot where these things went. This might be Darling Duckling. Did I just say that? If it is, we're on it. Yes, you know what? This is the paper that I offer at the end of the 5 months of my In Color Club to my attendees as a free gift. And then they can choose something else if they would like. But beginning this year, they can choose something else. And but I really like this one because it has, I think it has all of the in colors from this year. Maybe not Timid Tiger. It has at least 4 of them. It's very much an in color inspired designer series paper. So, Darling Duckling, here she comes. She's kind of a chartreuse, right? We found that out as we started using her. Lots of green in this yellow, which I'm here for. I like that. I think it's actually, oops, I haven't done this yet, but I think it will actually go really well with, or be kind of the same type of color as Lemon Lime Twist, you know? Now, is that right? Is that not right? I don't know, but it's only inks and paper, so we're going to try it at some time. Again, keep your eye on that center, and as you stamp this, you will start to figure out which petal, it's easier to see on this one, which petal you want to kind of keep your eye on. I was keeping my eye on this one. Whoops. Come on now. Quit playing. On this one at the top, because it, you know, it had like an indent, like a heart. And then I could see it right at the top of this one. See there? It's also the widest one. And so anyway, just choose something that is different, that draws your eye like that. Okay, now as we are building, we are going to put centers in these first, okay? Before I go off half wild and put them on the cards. There is a 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings. Yeah, I know. That's when you're probably in your heavy REM stage, right, Jean? Jean's just getting to bed a few hours before that. Oh gosh, I always love it, Jean, when something goes live and you and I are ordering, and then I, you know, if you're ordering for me, then I see your order come through. which I love. Thank you so much. But also, I just have to laugh. I'm like, oh, who else is crazy enough? Oh, right. This is Jean's, like, this is her heyday time. Okay. Oh, let's do Pretty in Pink because I just like it. Okay. Come on now. You guys, if you could see my blends, I'm not even going to show you because it's a mess over here because I'm doing some reorganizing. It's a constant process. And once I've reorganized the blends, I will let you see them. But for right now, you may not. I just need to find them. I'm going to use the light, Pretty in Pink. And then I'm going to see how that looks. And I might, let's see, maybe I should bring that strawberry slush back in and do that little centerpiece with this. So I love the stamp set for this. Just the building part of it is really creative. I don't think so. That's too much. I think, oh, watch out, mister. I think we should bring in the Pretty in Pink ink. Let's see if that works. We could use Flirty Flamingo too. But you know, I like to try it all. Yay. Yeah, I think that should show up. Let's give it a try. It does. Looks cute. Okay. There, we've got that now. All right. This and this. And finally, we've got our darling duckling. And I almost want this one to have a peach pie center. So let's bring that back in. Let's do light peach pie. And then do this guy. Ooh, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to slip Timid Tiger into the situation here. I know. I hope it doesn't go haywire. And I don't believe they used Timid Tiger on this paper. However, it's just the little center of a flower. And, oh, God. I think I kind of ruined it. What do you think? I think it's really timid. That's not very timid. And I don't think that looks good. I think it looks kind of radioactive. Please give me a do-over. Remember, I had those 6 circles. And, yeah. Give me a color for Darling Duckling. And then for the center. Then I'll go from there. Not Lemon Lolly. Not after I saw that. That's too much. That's too much. Okay. You're out. You're a troublemaker. Stamping on circles is also a really great way to, I guess it's a smart way to stamp your multiples because there's no worry about if it's straight or not, right? Because it's straight. Okay, you're right, Cindy. It might dry lighter, and so I should give it, you know, I didn't toss it in the bin yet. We should wait and see how it comes out. You're right. It happens. Okay, and then what though? Let's do, looking at these little colors. I think I should just stick with the peach pie. That looked okay, but you know what I'm going to do on this one? I'm going to stamp this first, and if it's okay, then I'm not going to color the center. Maybe that was what was giving me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know. You like it. No two centers are the same in any of the flowers. That's right. I mean, two have red, but still, or the pink, but, okay. See, now look, now I almost wish that I hadn't colored them because this looks cute. Yeah, that looks cute. That is Darling Duckling with peach pie. It's one of the ways we learn what we can expect from these color combinations. This reminds me of Southwestern. I think those two bright contrasting yellow and orange, which is not the style of the rest of the story down here. As Paul Harvey used to say, my gosh, who else listened to Paul Harvey? Now, I am not trying to brag, but I was not driving at the time that Paul Harvey was, well, I guess he was on the radio for a long time, but I was not driving at the time that my mother would listen to him. And so she would often sit in the driveway and listen to Paul Harvey when I was little, like before I went to school, because I remember like I'd hang out in the back, you know, the back of our car. I'd hang out back there. I was an only child. It was my space. And then I'd get out and play in the yard. She'd just still be hanging out. And then many years later, once I was driving, of course, when I was listening to NPR, they were not talking about Paul Harvey, but they speak about those as driveway moments. And I have had a lot of driveway moments with NPR. So, and it often, of course, reminded me of my mom and I sitting out there, you know, 50 plus years ago. And it's kind of fun, right? It's kind of fun to have these just interesting little memories going through your mind. Okay, and now let's see. Since I used some in colors, I get the beautiful opportunity to bring in the in color embellishments here. Can I find them? Are they clear in the back? For goodness sake. Okay, they are. Thank you so much, whoever put them back there. Oh, Cassie's dreaming. So we have these, right? I've shown you these. The 25 to 27 in color flat pearls, all the new in colors. And then we have these that are fun. Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink Gems. I kind of think they are in this suite. We'll find out because we're going to go looking. So they have more of an ombre. You know, I read something not too long ago that said dogs dream about things that happen during the day like we do. But I'm like, how do they know? How do they know what we dream about even, let alone the dogs? Supposedly when they look like they're running, okay? It's really like not any more complicated than that. I doubt it though. Did I tell you guys this? That yes, I had a beautiful day, and then my dream last night, it was so weird, and I didn't deserve that after completing a lot of work. Amy, that's so cute. You don't know who Paul Harvey is? Well, he used to be really popular. I don't know, was he a journalist? He did personal pieces. He probably read the news. He had like a nationally syndicated radio show. And so he probably did the news, but he did a lot of personal interest stories. And so anyway, and he would always say, and that's the rest of the story. He had really good timing. It wasn't necessarily comedic timing. He had really good timing and really good delivery. So anyway, he was, you know, I guess a big deal in the radio world when people listen to radio. I still do. Okay, now let's put these on one of them, the strawberry slush, right? Now we want this and this and one more. Let's do a large here. They're more eye-catching. The other ones are a little more subdued, but that's all right because we love them all. There's a time and a place for all of these. Ooh, so cute. And then a teeny. And then what? That looks like it got just thrown on there, because it did. I missed my original spot. And then finally we have this guy. I bet we could just use the clear. Let's use, it says it's pretty in pink. Oh, remember I was telling you it's ombre? So they go like this. I cut into them for something. I don't remember what. I think maybe I sent them in chalk. But anyway, so they go like this on the sheet. So they start like really light and then they move into, it's bad, you can't see that. So subtle. Okay, like this. And then they move into pretty in pink and then they go into strawberry slush. So you get a lot of different combinations of color here. And so I'm going to take these ones that appear pretty much, oh, I already have that on. I already have decorations on that one. You can hardly see them, but they're there. Okay, bag it up, Lisa. That's for next time. I'm just having so much fun. Do you see how addicting these are? They're addicting. Yeah, Trishy has a great voice. He was kind of like Amy, like a Morgan Freeman type. You would know that voice when you heard it. But in that time, people just did one job. They didn't like cross over into, he wasn't like selling shoes and, you know, he wasn't on TV as a special guest star or anything. He did his broadcasting and that was it. But lots, you could tell his voice. It was very interesting story. Listen to him on YouTube. I'm sure there's some old recordings. Okay, was this fun? I think this was really fun. I'm a little addicted now. So there are the 4 cards that we've done with the stack, slice, and shuffle. I finally remembered what it's called. His voice sucked you in. I know, now I want to listen to some old Paul Harvey recordings, right? Okay, this is cool. I don't know if I have a favorite or not. Oh, I kind of like this one. But these are going to be perfect. And then, of course, we have the little envelopes. And just to show you one more cute thing you can do, because these are like little jewel boxes, right? They're like just so teeny, but they have so much beauty on them. And we had to do very little stamping. So let's take this piece. Now, I don't know the measurements on this, so it is at its highest or its longest point. It's 1 3/4 by, of course, 5. Okay, so trimmy trim. Get the trimmy trim. 1 3/4. I'm gonna go 2. All right, 2. These would be really pretty for invitations for any kind of a spring party or, you know, a bridal shower or something like that. Okay, and then glue again. I like glue for this technique because the flap is rounded and that's kind of difficult to put seal on for me. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this in, and every piece of it is so beautiful that I'm just going to get as close as I can to the edge. And I will bring this up and show you. Trying to get right on the flap, but not over the flap or the fold. Okay. And then let's get our snips, snip, snips. I'm going to take that off. And this, and again, this is easy, easy on your brain. Okay. This would be like, like when I watch junk TV at the end of a night when I'm tired, you could make 10 of these cards, watch TV and not really think very much about it. And it would still be such a stress reliever. And then you'd have this beautiful stack of cards. The cards themselves, wrapped with one of our beautiful ribbons, would make such a nice gift for somebody. Oh, look at that. It's so cute, isn't it? Okay, so let's pretend we're getting this in the mail, okay? And it's going to look like this. Oh, of course it's going to be sealed, but we're not going to seal it right now. And it's going to have your cute little name on it. You can do some more stamping on the front. And then they're going to open the card and, oh my gosh, it's the prettiest thing I've ever seen. I love it. I can't wait to send these out. I hope you guys enjoy that. And as I said, now you have your homework for the weekend. I would love to see what you do with this technique. Okay, so once again, real quick, I'm going to show you the measurements that I used for this card. Okay, this is it. Feel free to take a snapper, and then I will flip it over in just a minute. Okay, the mat, the yellow mat is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. The DSP that you start out with before you cut it is 3 by 4 1/2. Okay, and then you do this cut, these cuts. You cut a 1-inch piece, you see. All right, where are all these products? Well, they're over on the Stampin' Zoo's Stampin' Up website, of course. So let's take a look at that, and let me make sure that we're there. We're there. So fun. And so I want to bring you along with me here. Whoa, Mama. Hold on. I went off on a tangent there. I touched something that wasn't supposed to be touched. Okay, so here we go. And now you know the rest of the story. Yeah, it doesn't have the same ring. So here's the beautiful website for Stampin' Up! Products. There's my little face on the upper bar that says you're shopping with me. Thank you so much if you shop with me. You help the Stampin' Zoo to grow, and when you shop with me, you help me bring beautiful products to you every week at classes like this. So I do appreciate that so much. Okay, let's start with, remember the search bar is your friend. And so anytime I mention something, you can just put it in the search bar, right? So we're going to look up florals in bloom, and I'm going to show you a cool thing. The products. But I'm going to show you all the coordinated products that go with this paper. Okay, so there's a sweet collection right here. Here's the paper itself. It's $12.50. But if we pull up the sweet collection, we get to see the whole kit and caboodle, the rest of the story. Sorry, okay, I'll stop doing that. It's included in this suite. So a suite is a kind of curated grouping of products from Stampin' Up! That they're a collection, right? Kind of like our cards from today. They are varied, but they definitely have a cohesive feel to them. And this suite is just that. Take a look at all this beautiful product. You get 2 stamp sets with dies. Anytime you purchase those as a new bundle, you get 10% off when you purchase the stamps and the dies together. And so that's a great way to start. If you use this button right here, that's 165193 for $122.50, that already includes the 10% off on the bundles. If you want one of everything in this suite, that's the number you can use. When don't you use that number? You don't use this number when there's even one product missing out of inventory in this suite. It will not be available to add to your cart, but it's okay because all you have to do is hit this drop down and then you can see, okay, I might just want the flat pearls, I might want the paper, or I might want one of the two bundles. And then if you just click one of those, you can see that you can just purchase the bundle by itself for $51.25. Now, and it says up here, bundled savings. Now, what if I only want the stamp set? Well, you can hit the drop down button again, and then you can just get the stamp set, $24. And then it will tell you, it'll work back up. It will say this product is a part of the suite collection and the bundle. Okay, so you can go back up, work yourself up the tree or down the tree. Okay, so I love that we do that. Let me show you one other thing. I was showing you last week, but if we wanted the mini corrugated embossing folder, which has been very popular, let's see. Yep. Okay, you cannot order this right now, but never fear, because it says down here, there's no like add to cart, right? So you know something's up. And it says it's currently unavailable. Send me an email if this item becomes available. And you do need to put your email in there. And then, of course, you need to agree to the typical stuff. And then you just click notify me. And you should receive an email. Now, this is brand new. We had this before, but it's brand new to the site. And there were a few kinks they were working out with it. Like a couple of products came back into inventory, but they didn't send out emails. I believe that's all been fixed. But you can also ask me to watch it for you, and I will do so. Okay? So, the other things I was using, besides lots of product in here, were those circle dies that I think should be in everyone's collection if you have a die cutting machine, because they're phenomenal. Check these out, $35. And let's see here. What else were, let's see. Oh, glimmer. Sometimes I just type in the things I think it is. Is it glimmer paper? Is it glitter paper? Nope, it's glimmer paper. And so here's that paper that I used that's kind of, you know, the sparkle on our note cards. All right. $11 for a sheet of all 5 colors. And it goes a long way. You see what a small piece I used. So it doesn't take much to make an impact. And, oh, what? What? Envelopes. Whoops. Let's see here. Did I? Oh, man. Where are they? Oh, here we go. Oh, they said note cards as 2 words. All right. I got ya. $11, you guys. $11 for 20 of those note cards and 20 envelopes. That is a deal. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's even better than I thought it was. 11 bucks. And please remember that every time you shop, if your order is over $20, $20 or over, you get 10% back to use on a future order. So you can save all those product credits up and use them, or you can use a little bit on each order that comes your way. And what a nice thing that Stampin' Up! Did for us there. I'm in love with that new give back. So please stamp, or please shop over there if you would like. And thank you so much for joining me tonight, you guys. I had such a fun time doing this technique for you. And I just hope that it sparked a little joy in your life. Let's see. Can we see it? Oh, there. It has to be in a weird. Anyway, you'll see still photos of this probably tomorrow, maybe Saturday, though. I'm a bit busy. But you will see still photos of these cards on my Facebook page. So please take a look. If I can ever get over to Pinterest, I will start posting a ton of things on Pinterest. So, you know, I have been a little late with that, but I can't do it all, folks. There we go. Look at the beautiful colors. All right, everybody, I hope you had fun with that. And you know what? I'll see you on Sunday at 4 p.m., okay? Until then, happy stamping. Stay safe, and thank you so much for joining me tonight.